Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey, what's up, Factz family? Let me make sure the mic is right. I'm doing this from my phone, so y'all bear with me. This is something new. This is so we have a faster turnaround time on content. Let me see. Y'all let me know if my mic is too loud. I can come down it on it some. How everybody doing? Peace to Scamp Dizzle. Peace to Carlton Way 1. Peace to Doug. Yes, I'm actually live. Like I said, this is for to address things in a faster format. And like I said, this is y'all let me know in the live chat how the vertical look and how the sound is. A lot of you as well. All right, so we don't have long, so we got to get right into it. Let's see, kick that out. All right, so let's see. All right, sounds good. Thank you, young deals. Hey, yeah. Also, how do y'all like the vertical? Because, like I said, I'm doing this from the phone. So let's see here. It's a little bit of a learning curve. All right, thank you. Glad to see you. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, the crime bill too. Look, and this the twist on the crime bill 2.0 is that they freaked it with the ICE. Private prisons are still booming. They still making billions of dollars, but the new target is the illegal immigrants, and the weapon is ICE. All right, thank you for the report there. All right, so just a little housekeeping before we get started. Let's see, make sure this. All right, so when y'all see this message come out right here, this is on X, but it's also I posted it on the YouTube post section or community section. If y'all see this, just know I'm about to go live. Whenever y'all see this and I say who feels like talking, I am about to go live. And this, hopefully, like I said, this will be a faster turnaround time so we can address a lot of things. Well, we 8 minutes in. I started like 3 minutes late, so I'm going to give y'all, it's about 103, 105, and I'm going to get out of here. Also, there might be a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but this was going to be 30 minutes because, like, I was like, I'll wait to Saturday, I'll wait to Friday. You know, no, Friday, terrible time. I was like, I'll wait to Saturday. And then I was like, you know what? There's no time like the present. All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Anthony. And also what we're going to be able to do is, this, since it being a phone, we're going to treat it like phone calls. I'm going to have, on the next time we chat. Let's just say that next time we chat, I'm going to have it where you will be able to call in either from the X. you can hit me in the DMs on X and just say I'd like to call in, and I can hit the phone button on X and call in, or I'll use Google Meets like we did before, and I'll post at the bottom of the screen. I'm just gonna let y'all know now this doesn't work. This code doesn't work, but just to show you how to come up. So I'll have, this is the old code, so it doesn't work, so don't try it. But this is how it'll come up. So we'll have a call-in portion where people can say their piece. If you something you see me post, you want to get on my head, pause. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. I encourage pushback. See, the thing is, I don't want the Factz family to be an echo chamber. I want it to be where we can agree, we can disagree, or we can, have I heard of a new term, we can agreeably disagree. That means you say what you say, I say what I say, and that'll be it. So that's just some housekeeping. One more item of housekeeping. 1 second. Let me see. Let me go over here. I was kind of disappointed. Let me show you why. Where we at? Home. Like I said, it's a learning curve here because, like I said, I'm doing it from my phone. Post. All right, let's go there. And this is what I was saying right here on the post. Whenever you see this, who feels like talking? When you see that, then know I'm about to go live. But what I was disappointed about is that the community section is our community section. It's a two-way conversation. You can go right now. Who wants to test it out? You can go right now and post in the community section. Not reply to my post, but as long as you're a subscriber, and I think within 24 hours, it allows you to post. If there's stuff y'all want me to talk about, post it there. Hopefully, if you post like a video, make sure it's a link on YouTube, because I don't click on links. I'm very cautious about clicking on links, but if it's a YouTube video, post it here and put a timestamp and say, I'd like to talk about it. And if you do that, more than likely I'll talk about it, because I want to talk about stuff y'all want to hear. And before we say that, before we continue on, rest in peace to the brother D'Angelo. Like I said, he was our Sam. He was our Otis. He was our Marvin. Yeah, so that Voodoo album, I think like maybe top 5. I gotta go back, but top 5 albums in my viewpoint, because if you go and watch documentaries on how it was recorded, him and Questlove and all the time and effort and sweat, he doesn't have a huge catalog, but what he did have is like unmatched. And that's kind of like how I want to do with my content. I don't have a huge catalog, but I want it to be so thorough. Yeah, like thank you. He said 2025 is playing out like a Mo Factz with Adam Curry, piece of Adam Curry episode. That's the thing. I was saying, and like, it's not, when I say I was saying, and I think sometimes when I say that, even the last show I did, I told you so, it's not, when I say stuff to y'all, it's not what I want to happen. It's what I feel is going to happen. That's the big difference. Another pause in the show. Hey, y'all pray for Star. Star hit me up and said he's on the mend, but continue to pray for him. He wasn't doing too well, but continue to, hey, everybody know that's where I got my start. Star gave me a platform. He gave me my name. He used to be like Mo at the Factz when I used to call in, and then he just stuck Mo Factz. So that's how it is. And like I said, I'm sorry if I didn't get to speak to everybody, but we kind of like, I got like another 20 minutes left. But let's actually get into the content. Hold on 1 second. Let me, to actually the things I want to talk about. All right. Okay. I got to talk about this one. All right. This one got a lot of engagement. And hold on, I'm gonna go through the comments. I said, wait, Just hear me out. And it says the spook who sat by the door, and it's Candace Owens. I'm gonna give this about 2 minutes. Where we on time? 2 minutes. All right. So, all right, 2 minutes. What I'm saying is, thank you, by the way, on the logo. What I'm saying is the spook who sat by the door. If you know this Candace Owens, let's say this, let's put this up front, full disclosure. I got a soft spot for Candace Owens because I know people like Candace Owens growing up. And who I call Candace Owens is really Aunt Terry from Soul Food, because I think she really wanted to be part of the culture, but she was rejected. Maybe the way she carried herself or whatever, but I digress. But the spook who sat by the door, I'm not saying she is the spook that sat by the door. I'm saying that's the path she's headed. If you notice, she came in hardcore on the let's get them out the Democrat plantation Brexit path, and then she kind of pivoted from that to go on the Daily Wire. Of course, she said some egregious things that she will have to atone for, but she went from there. Then she went to Daily Wire, and then she went from Daily Wire to going against, the Jewish people. And now she's going biting the hand that feed her with the turning point thing. I think she's on this arc where I believe should it be the spook who sat by the revolving door? That's a funny one, Anthony. No, but I believe that she may. It's a slight possibility. Let me say that. But I mean, of course, when we do content, we do things that make a splash. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny. That's the main thing. It was funny, but and God bless AI for being able to whip up this artwork like that in such a fast turnaround time. But I think she has the ability, if she keeps heading where she's heading. And one caveat, that if she's truly not control opposition, she's going to find herself on the path of realizing where the true power lies. Now, the problem is when she finds out where the true power lies, and I'm almost up out of time on this one, it's going to be right on her front doorstep, because she knows she is married into nobility of the royal family. So that is that part too. So I'm just saying. But like I said, that was a tongue-in-cheek joke. And like I said, a lot of engagement on that with 65. And that's the thing. When I post stuff, the stuff that gets the most engagement is the stuff I'm going to address on this platform right here. I think that's Francescan Student said, tell us more. Blue Raven said, I'm all interested in hearing you out. Thank you. JB said, I remember you did a Mo Factz on her a few years ago. See, that's what I'm saying. I saw her being a major player. I saw her being a major, way off, because when I think that's back when Kanye, when she linked herself in with Kanye, and Kanye did the whole crash out to get out of his contracts, and she followed suit with Daily Wire. I saw her. And the thing about Candace, I was watching Candace Owens when she had the bad processed hair when she first popped up on the scene. Like, I'm talking about way before she got in with Turning Point and all that. And I will be addressing Charlie Kirk, but this is not the platform for that, or the time. It might be the platform, but not the time, because I don't have enough time to really get into that. Long story short, on Charlie Kirk, it just as a tangent in my brain does. I think Charlie Kirk was playing hardball to get more money out of his donors. I think he was coming from a place of, I will do this if you don't do X, Y, and Z. And that pissed people off. Now, I can't say what happened from there, because that's one of them rabbit holes that go with Tupac, 9/11, JFK, that you're never gonna know what really happened, but you know the narrative is completely bullshit. I digress. And that's enough on Candace Owens. I'll go back to her. Oh, thank you. If you ask questions, I'll answer them. He said, what do you mean she married into nobility? Her father-in-law is some Hold on, let's look. Can I look it up? Hold on a second. Y'all bear with me. Question. And one thing we do around here, when we on code, we don't want to have any confusion. Give me a second. All right. Do this. We'll do it live. Candace Owens. And y'all let me know in the chat how y'all like this this style of content. Candace Owens, father-in-law. And I think I had a tweet about this. There it is. Right there. Jewish Chronicles. Candace Owens, father-in-law, peer lord, farmer, distanced himself from her anti-Semitic views. And he was like I addressed this. I'm scanning it now. He's on some council or committee for Jewish and Christian relationships or whatever. And he had a tweet. He said, when was from August? This is over a year ago. He said, in view of public comments from high profile members of my family, I want to put my own views on anti-Semitism, excuse me. I can read, but I love that one. And Israel's current military campaign in Gaza on public record. So there it is. Oh, sorry about that. It said, this is cool. Let me see, because I don't know what I don't know, but I can't turn my screen off with YouTube Premium with this type of live. Sorry about that. That's something I had to take into consideration. But like I said, this is more get in, get out kind of thing. We got 9 minutes left. 12 minutes, because I started 3 minutes late. Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is more just to address things pretty quick. These are going to be coming. All right, so what he say? He said, so is it still your theory the crown is still in control? Yeah. They're one wing of white supremacy. I subscribe to, just for new listeners or people may not be aware, I subscribe to the cowboy and Yankee two wings of white supremacy. Now that it's like a quadrant. You got you got Yankee one side, you got cowboy on another side. Yankee being the transatlantic royal family, European power base, and you got the cowboys being the American true American isolationism. America first, not the Trump wing, but just the mindset of Trump. America first on the cowboy side, and then you have a quadrant because you have refined and unrefined as well. Or unrefined is people that use overt and blatant racism, and refined racism is when you use covert, where to the point where it almost seems that it doesn't exist, and that's the quadrant. I had to come up with something. Yeah, he is an English lord. All right, but enough time spent on Candace Owens, because a couple other topics I want to get to. And like I said, somebody please go post in the comment section, and we will maybe address the next show. If I got time, I'll address this show. But let's see. What else I want? Oh, well, speaking of Kanye, let's just go. I just posted this today. Let's just go here. All right, I said, remember when they canceled Kanye for saying, I see good things about Adolf? We streaming to YouTube, so we got to be careful. It said on the Alex Jones show, but now the VP JD, I'm ad-libbing here, thinks it's no big deal to say I love Adolf. Interesting. And to the point where Alex Jones, You see they where the Supreme Court kicked this case back down and they said they're not going to take it on. So now he goes on Tucker Carlson and this is what he said. I'll play the video. And this is a Mo Factz original clip. Nobody ain't clipped this shit. I didn't see. Let's go.
So he just goes on and says he loves Hitler over and over again, which I guess it like presses on the nerve of edgelording.
Yeah, no.
So it's like, I'm being bad. I'm being bad. That only goes so far. And he's obviously out of his mind.
And that was kind of the last anyone really heard from him. That was it, kind of. That was the end of Kanye, I think.
He's like, I'm going to take the mask off now. And he just pulls it off. And I was just like, because it's like a boardroom thing, table, harsh light. I'm standing right there and he's sitting there. And I'm watching him just like going, and I was like, wow.
So there was no one around him who cared enough to keep him off.
So basically, Kanye had to be drugged up out of his mind to say what he said on the Alex Jones show. But what they don't realize, and the crazy irony of all this is Kanye is leading, or I'm not saying leading, but he's being the voice and the soundtrack of going super right. And I'm going somewhere with this, as you know I always do. But it's like leading them right off a political cliff as the further they go to the right. And so my understanding, what I see out of this is Alex Jones trying to clear his name up and try to get back in good graces with the media so he can be rehabilitated. His image can be rehabilitated. But that's not going to happen. And another person you see they trying to rehabilitate Nick Fuentes because if he gets his talking points right and they can spin it the right way, they would like to slide him into a Charlie Kirk type role because he got an emotion. Let's not kid ourselves. Nick got the motion because here's the thing about lying to your kids. When you lie to your children, they're going to find alternative information to what you're saying to them, and then they're going to believe it wholeheartedly, even if it has a little grain of truth to it. And I think that's what Nick is riding off of. But I said, hold on, let me see. All right, so what I said about the political is because all this ties in together. Let me see. Like I said, bear with me because the muscle memory's not there, finding everything. I'm used to working off a laptop. So just, let's see here. All right. I think we're good now. Let's go back. Share screen. All right. So if you see here, it's a conversation between Matt Walsh and the Reagan caucus. And he says, J.D. Vance, Matt Walsh once again shows that they are tribalists with their no enemies to my right mentality. All right. And then he said, yes, we want to win. Matt Walsh, this is his tweet. I know the concept is confusing to you. Here's the thing. All of this rage baiting and not, what's the word I got to use on YouTube for, the Adolf's boys. Let's just say it like that. All of that, it sounds cool online, but it's going to lose you elections. And this goes back to what I was saying about the refined and unrefined white supremacists. Refined white supremacy wants to create a system where it's almost undetectable. It's like it runs in the background, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It runs, but the unrefined, they want to be able to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and push their power to the front. The problem with that is every time that happens, there's moderates. And the moderate voters, let me be clear, there's moderate voters. Moderate voters don't want the appearance of racism. And I made a tweet about that. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Let me see. It was actually a response. A reply. Y'all bear with me. All right, we're good to go now. All right, so this was my response to Hotep Goldstein. Me and him getting along. Me and Hotel Goldstein, shout out to Hotel Goldstein. He got some very engaging trolling and rage bait. This is a gift. He said the consequence culture to Matt Walsh. And I said, this idiot, I'm referring to Matt Walsh, of course, doesn't understand how politics work. Centrists don't want to be associated with blatant racism. They don't mind benefiting from it, but they don't want to be associated with it. And that's the thing. This is how the right always loses elections, because they always go too far right. And when they go too far right, that turns the moderates off. And with these razor thin margins in elections, where there is perceived misogyny, or it's perceived racism, or just even with the ICE thing, I was one of the people that was pro, still am pro mass deportation, because I understand what this illegal immigration is. It's not but people movement confusion. I think that's or people displacement confusion. Nearly Fuller says it, that they use and move people around the chessboard to cause confusion to maintain power. So they just let the influx of all these people in with no place for them to cause pressure points to perceive that they're being under attack, so they can do power grabs. And they see that now. Now with ICE, they're overreaching. And I said that in another tweet, and they're saying, I'll like, if y'all want to know something about me, my tweets are like when I have like ideas pop in my head. It's like, no, that's my jot book. I just put it out there. So I said that people might wonder, like, oh, how can you be pro mass deportation? And I said, as long as it's done through justice, one, people getting the most help, and no one's being mistreated, then you have, if it's done through that lens, it's okay. And what I mean by that is the money being spent, why won't you go back and fix their home country and create opportunities there instead of bringing them here and causing all this disruption and flux? And the way you handle it, you don't have to mistreat people. The thing is, if they really, and this is where you know is, okay, I'm gonna say how. If you really wanted to get people to self-deport, or you have to eliminate the jobs, you have to eliminate the license, you have to jobs, license, taxing, what they call remittance, when they send money back home, cut all of that off. Make it impossible for those things to happen. Your driver license, if you're not here legally, your driving license is null and void. ASAP. If I find you renting to illegals, that tax and penalize the renter. If I find you employing illegal, tax and penalize the employer. That's how you do it. You don't attack. It's like with drugs. You remember how on cops, they would sell fake crack to a crackhead in there, run down the street and throw him down and beat on him? But it's like, if you want to attack the drug problem, you attack the drug problem at the source. You don't attack the drug problem it's like, if you want a tree out of your yard, you don't go start pulling off leaves and breaking off branches. You cut it at the root. You cut it at the main stump. So that's the same thing. So that's how, if you really want to do it, somebody said, how is ICE overreaching? It's because we have to see, and you don't have to, but how I see things, are people being mistreated? Yes, people are being mistreated. And the thing is, they even said, oh, if you're illegal and you work in hospitality, you can stay. If you're illegal and you work in agriculture, you can stay. Hold on. So what are we doing here? And then you have mechanisms for criminals. If you're a criminal, we have a criminal justice system. Get them out of here through that. But no, what they're doing is intimidating people, and here's where the problem is. When you have poor people, the illegals tend to live in close proximity to ADOS/FBA people, and when they come in, they don't differentiate. And what I mean by that is that presence, their presence in that neighborhood is not differentiating. Even if they're not, say, let's just go with the argument that they're not arresting black people, but that constant police presence. That's just like if illegals lived in your neighborhood in middle class America, and you had ICE vans and everything parked in your neighborhood. How would you feel about that? You wouldn't, because that parking. I'll stop for day ones. Gotta stop for day ones. Peace out, Andrea. How you doing? Yes, it's pure confusion. And that's the thing. Them being in the neighborhoods is pure confusion. And it's meant to be pure confusion. We have some of the smartest people, allegedly, working on this problem. It's the best we can do. No, I don't believe that. So that's my take on that subject. And sadly, I'm out of time. But I'll be back soon. I like this format because, like I said, it's real easy for me to get in and get out, because with the laptop and get set up, getting the house quiet enough, where I can record, that's always an issue, especially with a house full of kids. Well, not kids no more. My youngest is 12, but you know how it is with children. Because I know somebody said, don't call your kids kids. They're not goats. I know somebody said that. But like I said, this is Factz Phone. This is going to be a frequent tapping in. Please go to the YouTube community section. Add post. Because if you want something to be addressed, a video you've seen, something like that, add it there, and I'll try to work it into the content. What else? I'm gonna try to create a community section on X for the same thing, where I can invite you, and you could post there, and I'll try to address things that you post there. Because, like I said, this is a conversation. Next, we'll have the phone call portion added to this. So, and I'm just gonna be honest. The phone conversation is you're gonna have 2 minutes. You're gonna have your 2 minutes, and you're gonna have your 2 minutes. And I want to prioritize people that are pushing back, because, like they say, it's steel sharpens steel. So I want to have that where our ideas are being challenged, our thoughts are being challenged, because it makes us stronger. Yes, thank you, JB. She said, plan to catch the replay too. Yeah, do that. Y'all let me know in the comments. Please comment. Please like. There's another thing on YouTube as well. It's another feature. It's not liking. It's what is that called? It's where, like, you can give the video momentum. If you see it pop up, please click it. Please do everything you can to get the content out there. And if you clip it on X, post it, tag me in it. I'll retweet it. That way I'll know what you found value adding. As you know, this is a value for value. Everything I do is value for value. Factz Fam, we're gonna have to talk about me monetizing on the YouTube. I don't know. We'll have to talk. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Y'all that might be one of the topics we call in on. And also, I'm gonna have like this. Hold on, let me see. Let me go back. I know I'm going over, but I'm just going to show you all the things that's coming. There will be a daily question like this one. I would like to address this one. That way, when people call in, I can get a yes or no, positive, negative on a poll. I'll have a poll up for every time we call in, we can address. Oh yeah, thank you, Adrian. Thank you, JB. I think JB said it, and Everybody hype. Yes, thank y'all. Who said it first? I want to make sure I give credit, dude. They be like, I said it first. Hold on, go up. Why is it not going to the comments? Y'all give me. Whoever said, if you said it first. Replay. Oh, JB's okay. JB Gate. I gotta give credit to JB. She said it for hype. So yeah, if you see hype, hype it. Hype it, hype it, hype it, hype it, hype it, hype it, because it gets it out there. And I tell people all the time, I don't want to have a big channel. I want to have an active channel. I want to have an active community. So that means if I go down to 1,000, I'm cool with that as long as the 1,000 or the 500 or the 200, everybody's active. And everybody has to do their part. So have your eyes and ears out there. If it's something you want me to see, y'all know how to do it. Either if it's on X, tag me in it. Say did you see this? Put it in the comment section on YouTube. Everybody has a job to do. I'm glad y'all like this. He said it dope. Keep it coming. Thank you, Miss NYC. Yeah, 1,000. I'll take 100 true fans. I like your boy on the movie 300. You know what I'm saying? If you got real soldiers, and my boy, shout out to E-Class because he always say this. You know what I'm saying? You only need 300. You know, like that's all it takes to get the job done. But I'm over my time. I miss y'all. I always miss y'all. Follow me on X. Follow me on YouTube if you're from X. Cross follow. I didn't see any comments from X. I see only comments from YouTube. I need to make sure X has a voice over here. All right. So with that said, as I always say, pay attention to everything and the truth will reveal itself.